9:15. So definitely feel free to come back and check us out. No two shows are ever the same. But enjoy the rest of your day. And goodbye, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning from Animal Kingdom. It's another beautiful morning here. Sorry we had to stay late, guys. There are reasons for that. Good morning, and welcome in. Hey, Doug. Nice to see you. Welcome in. We just missed Winged Encounters, but there's going to be another one at 9:15. You can still see some of the macaws flying around there. I tried to catch it before they left. I actually ran into the mercantile beside me trying to find my aerial ears, but I am out of luck. I think the only place that they are selling those is the tiny little place in Magic Kingdom. And it was closed last night by the time I went back, and I know better. I know better than to wait on things that I want, because, you know, some of those places, they're only in one place. So I have a feeling those ears are only there. I have not found them anywhere else, and I should have grabbed them when I saw them. And now I'm out of luck. I guess if they're still there in 2 weeks when I come back, but they don't have them anywhere else. At least not anywhere here. Not in the mercantile anyway. They might be in one of the other kiosks or something, but I only saw them in one tiny little random store in Magic Kingdom that most people don't go to. Good morning, everyone. So I think what we've learned is that we're going to start driving to all of the parks, minus the day we do the marathon. The midday we do the marathon, we're going to have to do Disney transport, so y'all can come with me. I have driven to the parks before, and it is, you know, generally quicker. But this morning from my resort, by the time I got in my car and drove here, parked, and walked into the park to security, it was 12 minutes. Sometimes you'll wait 20 to 30 minutes for a bus to even show up. So Disney transport's definitely getting slower and slower. And last night, I could have stayed for the last Starlight by the time a transport came. So it was a whole thing last night with the transport, and I don't know how that works for the TTC. I'm talking like Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. But it took me an hour and 20 minutes to get back to my room last night. And so that's why I had to delay the stream this morning, because even though I was really quick about getting my shower and I had everything all laid out and packed up before I left yesterday, I still didn't get to bed until 1 a.m. So even still with delaying the stream by an hour, I've only had 5 hours sleep. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in, Hector. Nice to see you. So unfortunately, that means I had to delay the stream, and it's a whole thing. So I'm going to start driving to all the parks, y'all. Lesson learned. It's just going to be a drive to the parks from now on, because it's so much quicker and easier. I can get around better. You know, if I'm going to be doing a lot of park hopping, that's different. But I literally was here and in the gate in 12 minutes. So, but let's go have some fun, guys. We have even less time this morning, so we're just gonna go check out some animals and do safari. So let's go start off with safari. I think it's at a 20-minute wait. We're definitely not gonna get Avatar this morning. It's at 80 minutes. We missed early rope drop, so some of the things that we normally do, we missed out on, unfortunately, with all of that. But I figure a small stream is better than no stream, right? Good morning, everyone. Let me turn this around. I just have my regular leopard ears on. I actually haven't worn them for a while, and a yellow dress. I could have worn my new bell ears that I got, but that's not really right for Animal Kingdom. So I might have to get some Moana ears, or I don't know. They have some other Animal Kingdom ones here. Animal Kingdom's kind of a hard one to theme because there's only so much stuff here. I do have the Lion King ones and some others, but we went with the OG leopard ears, guys, and just a yellow dress. So, good morning. turn this around. Woo! We went with the nerdy glasses this morning. It was a little bit of a struggle bus this morning, guys. A little bit of the struggle bus. But we're here. The camera seems to want to tilt to one side lately, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. I don't know if it's my gimbal doing that, because it looks crooked to me. Let's go off to the side here and get that fixed before we do anything else. Stop in front of everybody. Give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna fix this real quick. Maybe that's a little better. Guys, she seemed a little crooked to me before. There we go. Welcome in, guys. JAMBO. Welcome to Wild Winds in Animal Kingdom. Just a little short stream before we leave to go home this morning. It is very warm here already. We're just gonna have a nice chill morning, checking in on all our animals. How is everybody this morning? I think we're gonna head to Safari first, and then maybe we'll do our little walk through Gorilla Trails. We might, if we have time, head over to the Maharaja Trail. I know everyone likes the bird area because the birds always come and sit with us. Sometimes that can be a fun little area. I do have the car with me, so I can just leave straight from here. I think everyone's heading to Safari, so that wait time might have gone up a little bit, but I'm okay with not being one of the first buses. Sometimes those first buses are fun, but I've noticed the last few times that we've been the first buses that we haven't seen a lot of animals. I think they're not quite awake yet. I did chug an energy drink on the way over and had like 2 or 3 handfuls of a protein mix, so I've got a little bit of something in my stomach. And to get something else later, but right now that'll be fine. It says only a 10-minute wait on the app. It said 20. I know we've been seeing a lot of inaccuracies with the app lately. Oh, it just changed to 15. So, good morning, Cole. Good morning. I was telling everybody about your hat yesterday. I hadn't posted pictures of it or anything, so I was just telling them that you got it. Something smells really good over here. I think there's a new bakery little window that opened over there that has breakfast stuff, so it smells kind of like, it's like a curry mix, like a tandoori something, breakfast. It smells really good. Either that or it's coming from Tusker House, but something smells really good over there. Now I'm hungry. I was fine till I smelled that, guys. Now I'm hungry. That's how they get you, right? You're fine until you smell the food, and then it hits you. I might have to grab something to take out of the park with me and eat while I'm driving. I still haven't tried the ice cream sandwich. I'm not an ice cream sandwich fan. Everyone's been swearing by this ice cream sandwich, but the kiosk doesn't open until after I leave. I generally leave by about 10 o'clock or so, and the kiosk doesn't open until 10 or 11, so I haven't had a chance to try it yet, so we'll have to do that maybe next trip. We're gonna try and do the 4 parks in one day, so we'll have to I'm gonna start at this one because this one's open the earliest, but we'll have to stay here till at least that's open. You're welcome, Cole. I wasn't even sure if you'd wear it outside the park. Some people don't wear their stuff outside the park, so I'm glad you like it. Pookie Bug helped me pick that one out. I want to make sure that it was guy appropriate. Make sure it was something that a guy would wear. there's Pookie Bug there. I try to get stuff that people will use or wear. So I'm glad you like it. We actually had something else picked out, but then I realized that what I had picked out was not for everybody. So when we realized that a guy had one, I was like, uh-oh, we'd go get something else. So it worked out. So hopefully we'll be able to see some good animals this morning. I know lately we finally saw the lions last time, but we hadn't seen them for a little bit. And then we've seen the baby giraffe a couple of times. We've seen the rhinos a lot lately. The second to last time we were here, we actually saw the rhinos. They were in a little tiff. We got some pictures and they were fighting. So that was kind of cool. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning. I'll have to see if one of our friends is going to be back in Magic Kingdom anytime soon and they can grab those aerial ears for me. Kind of perturbed I didn't grab those yesterday. I know better. All the way back from like the very first time we went to Magic Kingdom, which was a really long time ago now. I still remember, and that's how I know better than to not do that. I had, it was kind of like a picture-in-picture art box thing that they used to sell. And it had like the Beast Rose in it. And that's when it was all Beauty and the Beast stuff in that tiny little merchandise place. And I wanted to get it, and we put it off because we didn't want to carry it all day because it's, you know, in a box. And we were like, well, you know, we'll get it at the end of the night, and they probably have it, you know, down closer to Main Street. And that's when Main Street had the art place down there. It wasn't like bags and stuff. The Emporium did, but the other side had art and stuff in there. And at the end of the night, we went to go get it. They didn't have it, and of course we raced up to the other place, and it's closed. It closes early. So ever since then, we know we have to grab stuff, and all the different parks have different things, and all the different shops have different things, and some of them it's exclusive, like the jasmine ears, and apparently like these aerial ears. So you kind of got to grab stuff when you see it. Now, when I'm on stream, I tend to not want to buy a lot of things because it's, you know, annoying and things. I'm trying to grab stuff in my bag, and I've got a full bag, my hands are full. But I should have grabbed them because I think they're the only place that you can get them. So I'll have to see if I can wrestle somebody else to grab them for me. And if not, hopefully they're still there in 2 weeks. And if not, I'm just out of luck. Funny how that works. Even all these years later, like 10, 12 years later, still wrestling with the same rules.
Better yet, try to enjoy your safari with your own eyes and with
Yeah, we wrestled between that hat coal and another one that just had Disney World on it, and it was a little different, but then we kind of like the style of that one that we got to because it's a little more basic. So it was kind of cool because it was, you know, just plain and Mickey. So we figured it was a good one. Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Animal Kingdom. You can actually see the buses kind of moving in behind the bamboo there. So we're going to do safari as our first ride of the day. We might end up just getting safari and Everest done today, but we're going to walk through the Gorilla Falls trails, and we'll do the Maharaja Trail as well. We only have a little bit of time here this morning, maybe about an hour and a half before I have to go. I had to cut it a little short this morning due to getting back late last night. But we'll make the most out of it. Ran into all kinds of friends last night. I think the park days were there. We finally ran into them in person. We've talked to them lots online, but hadn't met them in person. And Jennifer Caruso was behind us in line. I didn't get to talk to her. Her and her son were there, but they were behind us in line at Haunted Mansion. So lots of people there. Ron was still there. Ron was there all day. I thought he was going to go offline at some point, but he was there all day. I didn't catch up with him at any point. I bumped into Ron before, but I thought I was going to bump into him at one point when I first got there, but I went to go grab something to eat, so I could have went and found him, but he stayed there all afternoon. So Tanya was there. I knew kind of where she was. She was doing some pin stuff at one point, and she was sitting in one of the quick services. She was there most of the day, but she went off after a little while, but she was there most of the day. So Magic Kingdom was busy, and we were at max capacity last night, guys. I knew that it was busy. When I got there, it wasn't too bad, but then it got really crazy later on, and those wait times didn't come down near dinner like they usually do. So I knew that it was getting crazy busy when wait times for like It's a Small World were at like 40-45 minutes. I knew that we were getting close to max capacity, and then they called it at the first Starlight Parade that we were at max capacity. So I knew it was going to be a bit of a crazy night. But it is the end of Cool Kids Summer, and people are trying to cram in with their kids before they go back to school. Hey Christopher, welcome in. Oh, it's okay. I don't mind that it's rough on the road. I mean, they need to leave it kind of the way it would be, right? So I've actually been on a real African safari, and it is much rougher in person. Oh, they got the turtle out today, guys. Look. Sometimes the turtle's not out. There he is, and he's actually out moving. Probably because it's a little cooler right now. The turtle's not always out. It's usually just the great crane. But he's out this morning. But yeah, it's not bad. They do the best they can, but you know, there are animals out there, and so they just kind of keep it what it is. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to Wild Wednesday. It's a baby Wild Wednesday in Animal Kingdom. JAMBO. If you are new to the channel and you're ninja watching, just so you know, we don't talk during the ride so that we're not ruining the other guest experience. So I'll talk in the line, but as we get closer to the actual ride, we don't talk. So don't think I'm ignoring you if you're asking questions. You can talk to the other people in chat. They're probably going to answer your questions best they can. If it's something specifically for me, I won't be answering until I get off the ride. If I don't answer, I just might not have seen it. So just don't think I'm ignoring you. Just something we do to keep it nice for the rest of the guests. Good morning, Reed. Welcome in. Nice to see you this morning. Google Maps. Google Maps likes to send me on adventures. Google Maps is just about as much of an adventure as Safari is. I have driven in circles, and it has taken me so far out of the way sometimes that I have a love-hate with Google Maps. I don't know. I don't always trust Google Maps. We're moving pretty quick, guys.
But do not attempt to board the vehicles when the traffic will safari will run shortly. For your own safety, always remain seated during the safari and no carry rough and bumpy. And keep your arms, hands, legs, and feet inside the vehicle at all
Morning,
times.
Yoo-hoo.
Not
JAMBO.
importantly, please keep your eyes on your children.
Happy Wild Wednesday from Animal Kingdom. It was a pretty Wednesday this morning. As true Florida style probably is. It's probably gonna thunder and storm a little bit later with all that humidity. It is very humid here, so it is 95 degrees already. It's sticky and hot already. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It never really cooled off that much, but it is humid. So you end up with that mid-afternoon thunder shower storm that always seems to happen here. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. If you are new to the channel, we are a growing channel as well. Please hit that subscribe button. I don't say it super often, but if you're enjoying the content, it's something free for you to do that you can help support the channel.
Safari vehicles, and wanted to make certain I told you about my boarding procedures. Before you actually enter
I think we hit 1,300 last night, so that was another milestone for us I'm super excited about. And we're just hoping to keep continuing to grow, and as I grow, hopefully I can do this more often for you guys. We do have some Halloween parties coming up and a Christmas party, and I do come down every couple of weeks. My next stream, I'll be here for an extra day, so we're going to try and do a marathon stream. I tend to stream a lot when I'm here anyways because I'm by myself and I stay out of town, so I try to utilize the time that I'm here. But the next time I'm going to try and do like a good 15-16 hours. We do have to stop. YouTube doesn't let you stream for more than 12 hours, so probably have to do about 10 hours, then take like an hour break, and then we'll resume. So there'll be like a part 1 and a part 2. So I'm going to try and hit all 4 parks. So I think I've decided I'm going to start in Animal Kingdom because it's the first one that's open. And then we'll probably end at either Hollywood Studios or Magic Kingdom because that's the last one that closes. And then not sure where we'll end up, somewhere in between. But I think that's what we'll do for our next stream, just for something fun and different to do. So you guys will have to come with me in Disney Transport, and I'll bring all my batteries and my microphone. I don't have my microphone on today, but I'll bring my noise canceling microphone, so if it gets loud on the buses and things, you guys will still be able to hear me. So something different to look forward to. The trip after that, I have the Halloween party, which no one has yet to guess what I'm going to dress up as. It is a little different from previous years. I will be fully dressed up, but no one has yet to guess what it's going to be. I've had a few guesses, but none of them are correct. Hoping for another best dress pin, but the interaction with the cast members is mostly why I do it, so regardless of whether I get one or not, it'll still be a lot of fun. Excited to see the Headless Horseman. That's my favorite part of the parties. I always have to cheer for the guy that comes behind him and cleans up the horse poop. If you haven't been to the party, you're missing out on that. That poor guy that has to go behind him. I always cheer super loud for him because he just kind of is like this lowly guy walking behind the Headless Horseman. Nope, not Chippendale, although I did dress as Chippendale the other day, and Chippendale didn't even come out because of all the rain. I got to Hollywood Studios and I had my Chippendale ghost shoes on. I had on a brown dress and my Chippendale ears and my little Chippendale buddies on my backpack, and no characters came out the day, like none at all, because the weather was so awful and storming all day. There was 0 characters out, like 0 anywhere. We ended up walking the boardwalk over to Epcot and there was no characters at all.
When it comes to safaris, we go wild.
Nope, although I almost did that one year, Christopher. I do have a full outfit like that. And minus, if you take the apron off, you can actually wear the dress to Magic Kingdom on a normal day. So I do have that. And I'm kind of wearing that one of the days. And I almost did that last year. That's not it. Thank you. But that is not it. Good guess, though. That is a very good guess, because that almost happened last year.
Motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. Expectant mothers should not ride. Once aboard your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children.
We've had a lot of really good guesses.
Your transport will be arriving shortly.
Like I said, this one's going to be a hard one, guys. I said if anybody guesses it, I would actually get a prize for somebody, because I don't think anybody's going to get this one.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safari. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados.
Here comes our bus, guys.
Mantengan las manos.
We're getting on, so I'm going to go quiet, okay?
Piernas dentro del vehículo. Inclina sus niños. Gracias.
Have fun. Jumbo. Have fun with all the animals.
Dante's not awarded. And as you say here in Harambe, Tunde and Tunde Jasmine. Let's go. Jamba, everyone, good morning. My name is Hannah. I'm your safari guide out here as we make our way through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And I do have a few safety reminders for you, my friends. I need you to keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times and remain seated throughout our entire journey. That does include any stops we happen to make while we're out there on the reserve today. You guys are more than welcome to take all the pictures you're wanting to today. I just recommend putting your phone in a movement or a sports mode. We're moving, those animals are moving, and it's just going to get you the best pictures while we're out there on the reserve today. You'll get a bit of a sneak peek, maybe a bit of a spoiler with the animal spotting guide above your head. I'll let you know that the animals that we have up there aren't always out there, and the animals I have out there aren't quite up there. Promise you not to worry too much though. I'll be able to point any of the animals out to you as we make our way through the reserve today. We're gonna wait for friends ahead of us to go ahead and get their journey started, and then we're gonna head right on out. As we're making our way through the reserve, have those cameras ready to take all of those different pictures. We're moving, those animals are moving, and it's just gonna get you the best pictures while you're out there today, especially moving your phone into a sports action, some type of setting like that. Now our first stop out here is in the Little Ituri Forest. The animals here in the forest are going to use their natural colors to blend into their surroundings, so typically shades of tan and brown to hide really easily. The first animal that is back here is actually all the way in that left corner. You might see her kind of make her way out. That is the okapi. Now the okapi was thought to be a mythical creature in Western civilizations until 1901. Now they do have stripes on the back of their legs, but they are not related to the zebra. They're actually the only known living relative to the giraffe. It's because the male okapi has the same kind of skeletal structure at the top of his head known as ossicones. Now they also both have those long prehensile tongues. Prehensile is kind of a fancy way to say hand-like. They just use it to their advantage to be able to grab onto anything that's a little bit lower hanging. If you look to your right hand side, you might just see her horns sticking up, but that is one of the bongos. We might see some more on the other side of the hill as they're making their migration. The bongo is known as the ghost of the forest, and that's because they're actually a nocturnal animal. They sleep at the bottom of bushes and lower hanging tree lines during the day. Movement and migration will typically happen at night with those horns flat across their back, earning them that nickname. Get a bit better review. Now the females will be a full copper color, and the male is going to be that darker color in the front. The darkening of his coat will actually show that age, and both males and females have those horns, and they can also use it to scratch themselves as well. The lighter tan one you'll see laying down with them. There's one standing over here. This is the greater kudu. The greater kudu is the tallest antelope species here in the forest, standing at a shoulder height of about 5-ish feet, known as the gray ghost here in the forest because of the white sun stripes that go down their sides. Last animal we'll see before we head on out here is the saddle-billed stork. These guys get their name from the yellow spot that's on their bill. Have a wingspan of about 9 to 10 feet, which is about as wide as the canopy above your head. They're the tallest stork in Africa, averaging at a head height of about 5 feet tall. We're gonna head out of the forest into the Safi River Valley. Now the animals here in the Safi are gonna spend their time in and around the water. Animals such as the Nile hippopotamus can hold their breath for several minutes, so sometimes they sleep at the bottom of the river, and they kind of look like a rock. Now we'll see some of their neighbors on the little islands here to our right hand side. Those are pink-backed pelicans. They don't get their name from any of their feathers, but rather a pink spot that shows up underneath them during mating season, kind of like they're blushing. They are colonial nesters and nest in pairs of 20 to 500 every single year. You'll see 2 of the hippos there to your right hand side. We'll keep an eye out on the left as we continue to make our way through as well. Now a group of hippos is called a bloat. These guys weigh as much as a car, so anywhere from about 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. They're semi-aquatic nocturnal animals, so they sleep at the bottom of the river during the day. They hold their breath for 7 to 8 minutes at a time. If they need to take that breath, they bring themselves up to the surface of the river to take it, and then they pretty much just sink right back down. They actually do this entire process while they are still asleep, so they can get as much shut-eye as possible. ever see a hippo on land, especially for an extended period of time, they typically look very pink in color. Now, this is because hippos don't have any actual sweat glands. Instead, they do something called blood sweating. Blood sweat is a red oily substance produced on their skin that acts similar to a sunscreen for them. It is not actually made out of blood. It only gets its name because of its coloring, and it actually can stain human skin. We're going to start making our way out of the forest in the Safi, and we're going to head into a typically more dry area known as the savannah. Now, the animals here can have a harder time finding some of those water sources, especially during some of those longer seasons of drought. A pretty much guaranteed way for them to get that water is here to your right hand side. You'll see this kind of silly looking tree. It kind of looks like it's upside down with its roots hanging up. This is a baobab tree. Baobab trees hold thousands of gallons of water within that trunk. Now, they're able to retain all this water because they only bloom their leaves about 3-ish months out of the year. Now, animals such as the elephant can actually puncture that trunk with their tusk and get water up for not themselves, but the other animals around them. The elephant can also fully push down this tree. What this does, after the water is drained out of it, some animals actually try to make the tree their home. If that tree is in full bloom, animals such as the giraffe love to eat those leaves. Now, with so many different opportunities it gives the animals down here in the savannah, that's why it also gets the nickname the Tree of Life. We're going to get some lucky views as soon as we make our way down here into the savannah. Keep an eye out to your right hand side. Now, I know we'll see a few more as we're making our way through the reserve, but you'll see the giraffe. You also see the Hartman's mountain zebra, typically living in the more mountainous areas of the savannah, giving them that name. A group of zebra is called a dazzle. Baby does imprint on mom's stripe, is able to tell her apart from the entire dazzle. Stripes are like human fingerprints, so no two stripe patterns will ever be exactly alike. And some of the wildebeest are back there. Now, the wildebeest is the second most densely populated mammal, second to the human. Now, they migrate in large groups, anywhere from about 1,000 to 1.5 million every single year during the Great Migration, which is the largest migration of mammals on Earth. I know you can see the Ankole cattle here to your right hand side. If they're still out and about, keep an eye out. You might see their tails kind of wagging around over there to the left hand side. These are actually African painted dogs. These guys have the highest success rate for hunting down in the savannah, and that's because they hunt together as a pack. So as one gets tired, another will get after that prey until their prey drops. Known as painted dogs because their coats look like paint and splattered all over them, they run 40 miles per hour, and they can keep that speed up for about 3 miles. You'll see this cutie little baby here to your right hand side. These guys are the Ankole cattle, also known as the Watusi cattle. Those horns will grow up to 4 to 6 feet long. They're made up of a honeycomb-like structure and are very light, very easy for them to move around. Actually, blood vessels running through those horns, so they use to help cool down their overall body temperature. These guys here to your left-hand side, you might have seen them before as we were making our way into the reserve. These are the sable antelopes. They're our emblem here on the reserve, and that's because they are known for their strength. Now, in a fight-or-flight situation, they are going to fight. They're actually one of only the few prey animals that will. They use those horns to protect themselves and their young. Now, the more dominant one will darken that coat. There's going to be a dominant male and female in every herd, but the female makes any choices for migration every single year. We'll get a good view of her here to our left-hand side. This is the Maasai giraffe. The giraffe is the tallest animal in the world, staying at heights about 18 to 20 feet tall. They're going to eat for about 20 hours out of that day, and they're only going to sleep for about 30 to 45 minutes. They're going to do their sleeping standing up. This is because it takes them so much time to get up and down. It does mean they can become more vulnerable. Now, giraffes only sleep in small increments of about 5 seconds to 5 minutes, so getting all the way up and down just for a 5-second nap isn't always worth it for them. You'll see some more of those wildebeest back there, maybe a little bit clearer than the first time. Now, the wildebeest, they get their name from the Dutch Afrikaans word wild beast, and they're what we call a keystone species. Keystone species help support biodiversity in all the different areas that they live in. Now, the way that the wildebeest are doing this is they actually keep the savanna nice and manicured out here. Because of this, all of these taller grasses and all of the taller plants able to get all the nutrition that they need. This means that new growth is able to happen in these areas, and all the animals are getting the foods that they need. Animals base a lot of their migration decisions on food, so keystone species make sure they have everything they need to keep them in the area. These smaller guys here to your right hand side kind of look like a s'more with their coloring. Those are the springbok. The springbok is the second smallest species of antelope in the world. They may be small, but they are mighty. They can run upwards of 55 miles per hour, putting them in the top 10 fastest animals in the world. Also do an impressive jump of about 6 feet high and 13 feet across. That is over your seat and through the truck if they really wanted to. We'll see another one of the giraffes there. We're gonna get a very good view of one of the African elephants up here to the right hand side. You'll see another one. Now, the African elephant is the largest land mammal in the world, weighing in at about 8,000 to 10,000 pounds for the female. We'll talk about them in a second. These guys are never out. If you look to your left side, you'll see a mandrill. Mandrills were thought to be apes for a very long time, but they're actually the largest species of monkey. I know he's not turned around, but they have those red and blue faces, which is more noticeable in the male than the female, and that's just because the male is so much larger. He weighs in about 100 to 120 pounds, and the females only weigh in about 25 to 30. Keep an eye out. She's kind of moving and making her way up here a little bit, but she might be in a bit of an awkward angle, even if you're looking over your right shoulder. Oh, she wants to show herself to you guys. Now, the females will weigh anywhere from about 8,000 to 10,000 pounds, and the males will weigh in at about 12,000 to 15,000 pounds. Now, these guys, they do eat about 200 to 300-ish pounds of food every single day. This weight is also around the same size as a newborn baby elephant. Mom is pregnant for 22 months before she gives birth. They do have the longest pregnancy of any mammal. Actually leads the rest of the herd, and she has a matriarch. Also remembers where all those different baobab trees are. She also has a really important job of just remembering any areas of danger. Now, even though elephants eat so much food, they actually only get about 40% of their nutrition from the foliage and everything that they eat. So they also eat things like red clay and bark and all of those different things to help make up for any of that vitamin loss.
Okay.
We got slowed down by some ostriches a few minutes ago, so everybody's just kind of playing catch up, but we should be making our way through pretty easily. Now, I know I said that the wildebeest are a keystone species, and elephants are another one of those keystone species as well. A lot less for how much they're eating, and a lot more for what they can do with their trunk. We'll get to see one of the others making their way out for the morning as we make our way over there. Now, an elephant's trunk has over 10,000 muscles in it that they use for everything, picking up any of their food, drinking any of their water. Now, those 10,000 muscles are also very, very strong. They like to pull down trees that really aren't doing as much for these environmental areas anymore. This means that new growth is able to happen in all of these different types of areas. One, they are shaped like the continent of Africa, which is an easy kind of way to tell elephants apart, is with their different ear shapes. African elephant is also the largest of all the elephant species, which is an easy way to tell them apart. Now those ears, they'll also kind of flap them, move them, to use them as a greeting and also as a cooling system. Now the extra movement creates extra blood flow as they flap them, and it can sometimes cool down their overall body temperature upwards of about 20 degrees. To your left-hand side, these are the greater flamingos. They're the largest and the lightest in that pink color. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. You might see a few grayish ones in the flamboyance, and that's because flamingos actually hatch gray. It takes about 2 years to get that color found in the beta carotene found in the brown strip of the. You'll see one of the girls going out there to join her sister in the yard. Or to go get the good snacks before everybody else does. We're going to make our way on through. We're going to see a large mud wallow here to our left-hand side, which can be a good sign for animals such as the white rhino. Because they like to roll themselves in this mud. It'll harden on their skin, act similar to a natural sunscreen for them. Also act similar to a natural insect repellent for them as well. If you look down this walkway there to your right-hand side, you'll see the ostrich. The ostrich is the largest bird. They also lay the largest egg. Now their egg does weigh about 3 pounds, and a fully grown person can't stand out without cracking it. The ostrich is a flightless bird, and they use their wings to steer themselves as they're running. Fastest bipedal animal, or fastest animal on 2 legs, get to speeds of about 43 miles per hour. Keep an eye out here to the left-hand side. Speaking of some fast animals, we're going to be looking for any of the cheetahs. Like all the way back there. Cheetah's the fastest land mammal in the world, getting up to speeds of 60 miles per hour. They can go from 0 to 60 in about 3-ish seconds. They use their semi-retractable claws to dig into the dirt as they're running, so they can keep that speed up for about 200 yards. After that 200-yard dash, it does take about 15-20 minutes before they can run like that naked. Now, cheetahs are considered a type of big cat, but they're not going to roar like most other big cats. They actually make sounds that are closer to your typical house cat, such as a mowing, purring, or a chirping noise. We're going to get to see the African lions here to our left-hand side.
Oh, we have rhinos, guys.
Group of lions is called a pride. There's going to be about 2 to 40 lions within this pride. There's only going to be 1 to 2 males, and the rest are going to be females. The females do most, if not all, of this hunting for their pride, and they are going to do this hunting at night. This is because their eyesight is the same as a human's during the day, and it's about 6 times stronger at night. You'll see the white rhinos there to our right side. I promise we'll get to see them again as we come and make our way back around. Good view up there. Here to the left side, we're going to see those white rhinos, the warthogs are laying there to our left-hand side. The warthog is the largest burrowing animal in Africa. Use their top tusks to dig up those burrows, and then lay those burrows, their tusks facing out. Bottom tusks are razor sharp, and they're going to use them to help protect themselves. To our right hand side, these are the white rhinos. They're the largest species of rhino in Africa, weighing in at about 5,000 to 6,000 pounds. They get their name from the Dutch Afrikaans word wit, which means wide. They do have wide rectangular mouths compared to other rhino species. Of the 5 rhino species, the white rhino is actually the only one that'll really hang out together as a group, and a group of them is called a crash. They are near-sighted, so anything that's not very close to them can be very, very blurry. Surprisingly, that is not why they get that group name, but it does mean they rely more heavily on other senses, such as smell and hearing to get around. Now, those guys specifically are southern white rhinos. There was actually less than 3,000 of them left in the world at one point because of the poaching of their horns. Because of this, they're put to different protected areas all over the world, and since then have grown into numbers of over 6,000. Now, this has gotten them off of the endangered species list, but they are still on the critical list for animals, so we hope to continue to see growth for their species for years to come. As our journey starts to come to an end, we're going to make a final stop out here. This is the warden's post. Here you can see she takes care of one very specific type of animal, which is the Nigerian dwarf goat. You'll find these cutie guys in different African village areas because they are very easy to upkeep. Even though they're easy to upkeep, their milk is very valuable, can be turned into things like butter and cheese. Those items are then sold in those different marketplace type areas, help boost the economy out there. Shows how animals and humans can work together to create a better world. Similar ways we're creating a better world for animals like you saw out here on a reserve today and so many others is actually with the Disney's Conservation Fund. At the Disney's Conservation Fund, we're able to start a lot of widespread projects. 2 of my favorites being the Elephants and Bees project and the Purple Martin project that we do here every single year. Some other amazing things they've done in the last 30 years is they've been able to reintroduce animals such as the bongos back into some of their native homes. And my favorite thing that they do is they actually give grants out to different protected reserves all over the world. In the 30 years that the Disney's Conservation Fund has been currently running, been able to donate over $100 million to different protected reserves all over the globe. That does mean all 7 continents around the world. This is really, really important for the care and conservation of all types of animals, like the ones we saw here on reserve today, and many, many others, so that we continue to see them grow higher in number, which is very important now more than ever, as most of these animals no longer have protections here. So we want to continue to see species grow for as long as we can. You can actually donate to the Disney's Conservation Fund today. Currently, any donation will get you one of the conservation buttons. Show off the healthy animals you're out here today. Disney matches all donations that go into the conservation fund, so whatever you donate, it is like you're donating double. You do not have to donate to the Disney's Conservation Fund today. Some other easy ways to help with conservation are as simple as recycling. Any of those single-use plastic items like soda bottles, water bottles, those adult beverages that come in those plastic cups, those Starbucks cups, all those items can be recycled in all of our trash cans or recycling bins, either right next to them or very, very close to them. So just a super easy thing you can do to help while you're out here in our parks. Some other really easy ways to help with conservation is find an animal that you love. It can be absolutely any animal in the world, not just ones out here on a reserve. Find out ways you can help with that animal's conservation and spread the word. It takes a really big effort to help save our planet, and it's not just one person, but if we all work together and kind of find an animal that we can love and support, and we all have enough animals, then everybody will start being able to grow higher number, which is what we want. Now, we don't like to say goodbye here in Harambe. We see it as far too sad, far too final. Instead, we actually like to say Kwaherini. Kwaherini means to go well, so go well, go wild. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, wherever your adventure takes you next. Again, my name is Hannah. I'm from Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. You're so welcome, y'all. On that right hand side, wash your hands, arms, feet, and legs. This is doors down the opening. Watch your step as you're getting out of the truck. Have a great rest of your day, my friends. Drink lots of water and stay cool. You're welcome, y'all.
Alright, y'all. Hope you enjoyed Safari. Welcome in, everybody that joined us while we were on Safari. Come in. JAMBO, and welcome to Wild Wednesday. I got to see some good animals on that one. I know it was really shaky, and I apologize for that. Not much I can do. It was, we were on the very, very back of the bus, so that happens sometimes. I think we're gonna go and walk Gorilla Falls now. So let's go and do that, guys. Since we're right here, I'm gonna come along the trail and make a hard right. Good morning, Brandon. Welcome in. Let's go do a little Gorilla Falls walk, guys. Let's check on all of our little friends. I might be able to do the other trail by the time we're done here. Let's go take a look. We can probably see some of the animals that we didn't get to see on safari. Good morning. I know last time we got to see the okapi really good. She was out eating in the front. But usually they hide at the back, and I don't blame them for that. If that was me, I'd probably hide at the back with everybody staring at me all day long. So we don't have the misters going this morning for the chimpanzee, but he's just sitting there chilling, guys. Last time he was hanging out in the misters. He's just hanging out here instead. Let's go and check out the okapi. Oh, you did. Let's go and see the okapi and see if she's out. I know you guys didn't really get to see the one on safari because we were on the opposite side of the bus. So sometimes depending on what side of the bus you're on, it's kind of hard to see some of the things. You can't see everything. So let's go see the okapi here on the left and see if she's out. Last time she was right front and center. She's at the back today. That's where she usually is.
Walking around this way.
So he's over at the back. It's a him today. They have different ones that come out. He's at the very, very back. You can see him kind of skulking behind the bush there. We'll see if he comes out. So the okapi is the closest relative to the zebra, if anybody doesn't know that. And the reason how you know is when they come out, they do have stripes on their legs, but they are like a dark red color opposed to being black and white. There is a cast member over there talking about it if you can hear her. It's taking a minute to come around, so let's go.
Ungulate, two-toed ungulate. So that means they have a chambered stomach. They can move food back and forth in their stomach like a cow does.
Stuck around. Let's try to get around here, guys. So there's some things about the okapi. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, Jumbo. Welcome to Wild Wednesday. We are just walking along the Gorilla Falls Trail. Next, we're going to hit the reptile house. I usually don't spend a lot of time in here because it's already very humid, and it's very humid in here as well. Not everybody likes reptiles, so I usually walk through this part, but then next is the bird aviary, which everybody loves. So we'll walk over this way. About reptiles, they have some examples of some snakes, and here is the bird aviary. And usually early in the morning they've got some really cool birds out. You do come through. They do have little guides that you can look for birds, but they usually accumulate down at the falls down here. They have had quite a few babies lately, but I think they're getting a little bigger. There's one walking on the ground right here. Hanging out. It's a really, really pretty pigeon. It is a pigeon of some kind. The prettiest pigeon I've ever seen, though. Lots and lots of fish. Lots of songbirds. I haven't seen any of our babies out lately, but I think they've gotten bigger now. Lots of songbirds. You can see them all flying around. Got blue herons out. The songbirds, let me see if I can zoom in. They're bright yellow. You can see them flitting around everywhere. Oh, one just dive bombed our head. You will get dive bombed in here, y'all. Kind of see them all jumping around in there. The Maharaja Trail's like this too. Oh, look, here's a rare one. See him right there? That's one you don't see every day. The last couple of times there's been some rare ones in here, but they are allowed to move around. So they're not always here. You can see one of the little houses right there too. So they do hide. They've got places they can go. They go higher up in the trees. Teach your kids not to do things like that. Like clap at them and try to throw stuff at them. Don't do that to the birds. Got some little duck friends that came out. They heard people and they just like came out from under the bridge somewhere. There's usually a lot more fish. They seem to have thinned them out. Usually the fish are so thick in here that you can't barely move. It could be that they're under the bridge. They're trying to stay cool. So they're accumulated underneath the shadows in the bridge. But usually there's a ton of fish out. They've either thinned them out some and taken some of them out, or they're hiding in the underneath the bridge. You can see some of them more over there, but it's usually pretty thick with the fish. Yeah, they're all over here, guys. They're hiding where it's a little cooler in the water. See them all? Nice to see you, Mike. Welcome in. I think you're probably on your break at work, so glad you get to cool off a little bit. I'm not sure if it's so warm up there. Here's a little songbird. These little guys are yellow, so they're kind of hard to see. They blend in with everything, but they're very bright when you actually can see them up close. They've got little nests up there. We learned last time that they make those nests to try and show off for their mate. But if their partner does not agree, they destroy those nests within 4 days and they have to rebuild it again. So they're constantly making those little nests that are all over the trees. They're all over the place. There's nests everywhere. And that's why, because they're constantly having to rebuild them. So they're busy guys constantly making those nests every 4 days. Yeah, agreed, Brandon. I would just sit in here all day. The birds in the Maharaja Trail are like that as well. If we have time, we'll walk over there. The birds there will literally follow you around, and they're big birds. Big, big, colorful birds. And here we have a hippo. She usually likes to hide in the left-hand corner, but she does come around. She usually hides up in the corner here, and she rests her head up on that tree. But she swims around in circles and comes by.
Oh, yeah.
So she's back there. Just depends if she decides she's going to flow by or not. It looks like she's going to hang out in that corner. And again, I don't blame some of these animals. You know, there's people staring at them all day long. They probably just hang out in the back where the people aren't. Right, Reed? I think that bird has it the hardest out of everybody. 4 days. That's all you got, Reed. 4 days. And you got to build that nest in 4 days too. So not only are you dating, but you're having to build a nest too. It's a new term to, like, I guess it's like a home wrecker thing. I don't know. I mean, if she doesn't take you, you gotta start all over. You lived life 4 days at a time. That's a rough life. I learned that last time I was here from a cast member, and I was like, wow, that's pretty intense. And here's some of our favorites, the meerkats. We've learned lots about them the last couple times we've been here talking to the cast members. So they're all brothers, and there's 2 of them that are troublemakers. And we know which ones they are. They do have them painted green. There's green spots on each of them so that they can tell them apart. And they willingly let them put there's the paint on them. It's non-toxic paint, of course. So the one with the green paint higher up on the left shoulder and kind of in the middle of the back, those 2 are the troublemaker brothers. And they're always the ones that are causing tussles, and they're actually the most hilarious ones too, though. It took you a year and a half. Yeah. There's a little guy down there. He's coming up. I only see 2 of them out right now. There's usually at least 4 of them out. There's one scurrying down there, running around. There's one that always sits up there, so that's the one up there. One's digging a hole. He's down there. Not sure where the other 2 are. There's usually at least 4, but they are all brothers. I had a nice long talk with a cast member last time about these guys. They are super adorable. Oh, there's the other one. He just popped out of a hole. I think that's the other troublemaker brother. I'm trying to see where the green spot is so he can see. He's going up there. If he's the other one, then those are the 2, because the 2 troublemaker brothers always sit up at the top of the rock by himself. That one is substantially smaller, so that might be a different one. But yeah, they always sit up there. That one's on a mission. He's digging some holes this morning, guys. The little guy on the ground, he's on a mission. I've seen him dig like 3 holes. But they do. He's got his little head sticking out. You see him? He keeps peeking his head out and he digs a hole and then he runs over to the other hole. And they will go in the holes and pop out other holes. I could watch these guys all day long. They're pretty funny. And sometimes you'll see them way on the other inside of the enclosure. It's about 50 feet away. There's a big rock. And they'll go in there and you'll see them come out and they'll be tussling. But yeah, this one guy, he just sits here and watches everybody. He's like, I'm watching you, watching me. Keeps an eye out on everything. But if anybody comes up, there they are. Those are the 2 troublemaker brothers right there. I knew he'd make his way up there. See, the other one's like, nope, I'm going. He's like, you take over. I'm gonna come down here. There they go. That one is just in for digging holes this morning. If you catch them right after early rope drop, they've just had breakfast, and that's when they really get into the wrestling. And no zebras out this morning. A lot of times we come out and there's zebras back in this back enclosure. That's kind of their paddock. So a lot of times you get meerkats and zebras, but today it's just meerkats. Looks like the zebras have kind of wandered off somewhere. Yeah, a lot of people like these guys. That one guy's he's on a digging mission, guys. He's here for it. And this guy, look at this guy. He's just sitting there on his little butt. He's like, I ain't even gonna look at you guys today. I'm over it right now. I do hear them saying that there's some zebras back there. Oh yeah, see, they're way back there. This is their enclosure, so they're usually here. They're just like way, way, way at the back. I don't know if you can see them if I zoom way in. They're way back there. There you are. There, a lot of times they'll come forward when they eat. There they are. There's one. Like an extreme close-up of the meerkat too. Ooh. Very zoomed in. There they are. All right. Yeah. I'll see if I can get a photo of it with my other camera. Hang on 1 second here. Like an extreme close-up. Let's see what we can get here. While I'm hanging on to my other. There we go. All right, we'll let someone get in there and take a look. Just stand there a minute. Sometimes they do tussle. So when they tussle in their little cave area, it's down in here. See the big giant hole? So this is where they usually, right in here, you can see the big hole. Let me see the camera right here. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera from this angle, but there's a big hole there where they've been digging. There's a whole bunch of holes. There's like 3 or 4 holes right here. This is where they like to play. That's their play area right there. And there's some other big holes right here. So yeah, this is their play area. So when you see them playing in the morning, that's where they are. It's in there. You kind of see a bit better that way. See that hole is all dug up? You can see all the pockmarked holes along there. This is where they like to play, is over here. When they're over in the other area is kind of where they're watching everybody. But their play area is to the right. I feel lucky I've been here enough times that I've watched them that I figured all that out and talked to cast members. And I love the meerkats, so it's just a nice thing that I've been able to do that. And This is the gorilla enclosure, the start of it. So usually they're out on the other side, so they can come to this side. They can actually go inside to their air conditioning over to the left-hand side here for anybody that hasn't seen them. So over here, this is where they can go inside, and a lot of times they'll come out, they drag blankets and stuff out. They do have food, but they can climb up over the hill and go over to the other side, which is where we're going to go to next, and that's usually where they are during the day. But they can come over here if they want to sit in the shade or if they want to go inside. You can tell that they have food out here. There's some leaves and things over here. But they do get fruit and vegetables that they take on the other side, and they have piles of leaves in different parts of the enclosures. So we're going to go to the other side now. That's more than likely where they are. So these are the lowland gorillas. They've got several brothers out there, and they've got a new one that they just introduced, and then they have a bunch of the girls. They do have a lot of the wilderness explorer things here. So you can talk to any of the cast members there if you've got little ones that are doing their wilderness explorer books. We usually run into Kevin out here too, and they'll, you know, they can do a bunch of stuff with the little ones too. I love running into Kevin. Kevin's handler. They're hilarious, and they do all kinds of little skits and things, their little ones. So any given day they have usually 2 males out and several of the females. Sometimes they don't put them all out, but they can roam on several sides, and they do like to stay separate. So a lot of times one of the males usually comes over here and has breakfast on his own, and one of them likes to stay on the other side. Everyone's kind of hanging out here, so I think there's probably one over here somewhere. I don't see them. They're usually in the open. One of them likes to sit up against this rock and eat breakfast. He'll grab his breakfast, and then he comes and sits against this rock right over to the left. Oh, there he is right there. Now this is a bouncy bridge, guys, that we're standing on. He's right there. He's kind of hard to see because he's dark. You see him there? He's eating his breakfast. This is usually where he goes. Almost every time we come, he's over on this side. Let me adjust. So he'll grab his breakfast and he comes over here and eats it by himself. So he'll grab it over here, or he'll come and sit on that rock to the left. And that's what he tends to like to do. Welcome in, John. Nice to see you. Welcome back. I think he might be sleeping, actually. But he might have had his breakfast already, but he likes to hang out on this side. There's another one that hangs out on the right-hand side. Those are the 2 brothers. I've seen them scrapping before, and the cast members always laugh. They're like, just like you live with anybody. You know, you're gonna have a little tiff every once in a while, especially with your brother. There's another one on the right-hand side. And then the rest of them usually are the girls. So, another one up here on the hill. That's one of the girls. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Oh no, this is another one of the boys. They got 3 boys out today. Like I said, they do have a new one that they were introducing last time we were here. So I think this is another one of the boys. He's younger. I think they said that he was only like 6 or 7 years old. No, that's a girl. But there are 3 males here. They were introducing a new one. That is a female. They do have a cast member. This cast member is very nice. I've talked to him before several times.
Thank you. Have a good day.
And I think there is the other male over here. Probably get a better view of him on this side. There's a lot of people. A lot of people in Gorilla Falls today, y'all. Usually we come through here and there's nobody here. But there are several people here today. There was a male over here. I think he's gone up over the hill. He probably went over to go have breakfast while we were over on the other side. So I think he's gone up over the hill now to go grab his food. So that's where the enclosure is that we were. So they kind of go up over this hill, and you can see this part right here. That's where they go down into the enclosure. And they can walk around the backside. So there's lots of area for them to move around. There's also this side over here. So usually the females hide in the back area back here. They all have their little spots that they like to sit in. Some of the males are pretty big. Pookie Bug, he works out a lot and deadlifts and stuff, and he always laughs and says that he wants their workout routine. He wants to know what routine they go with. It's kind of the running joke every time we come through Gorilla Falls. It is really warm out today, so I think everybody's chilling out. Oh, I see some movement there. I think there's a female coming up through the side part to the right. I'll sit here a minute and see if she comes through. I think that's a female back there. Oh, there's another one. Oh, that's a male. I think there's a male and a female. If I zoom in. So right in behind those bushes, you can kind of see shadows moving. There they did. They popped out right there. See them? There they are. That's a male. So they can walk all the way around. So in behind that waterfall, there is a pathway that goes over to the other side. So there's one of the males. That's one of the brothers. I think they're pretty strong. They can probably lift a lot. I think just like the rest of us, they're a little dampered down by the heat, but I think if you poke the bear, so to speak, they could probably do some damage. I don't know if you guys have ever seen documentaries on gorillas, but I think they can probably do some serious damage. But yeah, they can walk up over these rocks. They come up over this little underpass we're gonna go over, and then that's how they go to the other side. So they have a very large enclosure. If anybody is ever interested in learning more about them, there are several excursions that you can do that you pay for through Disney. I've done the rhino one. There's an elephant one, and there's several that you can go back. You go backstage. You can't take any cameras or anything. They're relatively cheap. They're like $49, $59, and all of the money goes to the care of the animals. It's one of those things that Disney always surprises me. There's things at Disney that I think should be more expensive. And then there's things at Disney that are ridiculous expensive, like a bubble wand is $50. But for that same $50, you can go backstage for 2 hours and learn about rhinos. And I got to touch a black rhino. You know, you're not guaranteed you can touch one every time. It depends on the mood they're in and that sort of thing. But there's so many cool things that you can do that isn't just rides. And I keep telling people that it's not all about the rides. There are so many other cool things that you can do. So if anybody's wondering about those, there are safari treks. There's the learning about rhinos. There's the elephant one that's backstage. There's also several other ones that you have to be a little bit more fit, that sort of thing. You can go in the enclosures. They actually put like a harness around you and you can go in there. That's the one I want to do next. You can't live stream it. You can't even take a phone in there with you because you can't drop it in the enclosure. They do have photo passes in there so people can take pictures while you're in there for you. That's probably something I'll do next. But very, very cool. So if you like animals, want to learn more about animals, go in the enclosures. They teach you all about how they're actually like a zoo and how they do like all of the pair up the mating and work with different zoos to conserve the animals and that sort of thing. They're very well looked after. Like if I ever come back, I'm gonna be a Disney zoo animal. They're probably the best looked after thing I've ever seen. So if you want to learn all about that, they'll talk to you about that, and then you can do those backstage things that again are relatively cheap. I want to do the horseback riding as well. I tried a couple of times, but it was shut down for a few years and then it came back. Again, you can do a 2-hour trail ride and it's like $50. What else can you do here for $50? I mean, you can buy a bubble wand. You can buy a shirt. Some you can't even buy a shirt. You can, you know, a pair of ears is $40. So it's amazing how some of these really cool things you can do are relatively cheap. So it's so weird how some of these things are so expensive and some of them really aren't. So if you're ever wondering about those, you can book them online, or you can go to a little stand that's right beside Safari. What time is it here? See if I have time. I have to come offline shortly, so I don't want to walk all the way over there, but it's right beside Safari. You can actually almost see it from here. It's right past this little kiosk, right where that sign is there, you can kind of walk right past there and go in there, and they'll tell you all about it. And you can do it the day of. Usually you have to book it a little bit ahead. You do have to have a pass to get into the park. So, you know, some of those excursions can be, they're usually about 2 hours long. Some of them can be up to 6 hours long. So, you know, make sure that you're not wanting to do anything else that day, you know, that kind of thing. You don't have anything else booked, or, you know, the 2 hour ones, just that you're prepared. But they do have a lot of really cool things you can do.
Yep.
I think we're gonna walk over to the Maharaja Trail. I only have about 20 minutes left before I need to go offline because I still have to walk back to the car. So we'll walk over here to Asia and go over to the other trail. Sorry it's a shorter stream this morning, guys. We had to start a little later because of the issues last night with Disney Transport. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to do this more often for you guys and I won't be having to run off so quickly. I will be back, I believe it's August the 10th to the 13th. I'll double check those numbers for you. Maybe it's the 14th because I took an extra day. And we'll do some really good streams then. We're going to do that one marathon stream where I'll be on all day and we're going to hit all 4 parks. So that'll be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot quieter then, guys, because all of the kids will be back at school. It's a little crazy right now. Like Animal Kingdom this early in the morning is usually dead. You can walk around and you won't see 10 other people. There's a lot of people here right now. I think everybody's trying to hit the parks before the kids go back to school. It's the end of Cool Kids Summer. I think by the time we come back next, it's going to be super, super quiet. All the resorts are having like big sales on hotels, trying to get people to come in because it's going to be so quiet. Temperature will be the same. I'm not worried about that. But the rides will be more open. Parks will be substantially quieter. So we'll get a lot done the next few trips. And as always, we're going to we'll have everything posted ahead of time, so you'll know when I'll be here. Welcome in everybody that joined us for Wild Wednesday here at Animal Kingdom this beautiful morning. JAMBO, this is Steph from Steph Wanders Disney. If you are ninja watching or you are new to the channel, we are a growing channel. Please hit that subscribe button. It is free to do and it is a great way to support the channel and doesn't cost you anything. I super appreciate that. The faster we grow, the faster I can do more things for you guys. So just a small thing you can do to help the channel. Otherwise, enjoy. You can ninja watch or you can chat or whatever you like to do. If you have questions, you can throw it out there and I'll try my best to answer them. If I can't, there are a lot of very knowledgeable people here that can try to answer them for you. We have a really good community here full of a lot of people. I've been going to the parks for a very long time. But there's a lot of people who have been going to the parks much longer than I have, so most of us have some pretty good knowledge to be able to help people out with things. Welcome in, y'all, and welcome back. Oh, we have Pluto and Goofy. They're out this morning. Goofy's in his safari gear. There's Everest in front of us, guys. We usually always ride Everest. We just don't have time this morning. The little bit of time we have left, I'm going to go walk the trail. They do have single rider on Everest, but they keep changing how they're doing it. So sometimes single rider does actually take a really long time, and sometimes it doesn't. So it's kind of random. I've been in it where it's been really quick and other times where it hasn't. Sassy Chris. Nice to meet you. Welcome in. I missed the trail. I think I got to go down by Cali River. I missed it. Let's go back around. I know we went too far. I was thinking, you know, we shouldn't have had to go this far to get in there. And the trail is actually inside there. I can see all of the enclosures. I went too far. I was just walking, y'all. I was wandering. That's what we do here sometimes. I was just enjoying the morning and just following people. It happens. Hey Coleman, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Good morning. I actually started to head to Everest there, but that's not where I was trying to go. I was trying to go to Maharaja Trail. I usually ride all of the rides, but I had to cut my stream short this morning. We were way late coming back from Magic Kingdom last night, so I had to cut my stream short this morning. I do live in Alabama and I have to drive back this morning, so I've got like a 8-hour drive home, so I need to cut my stream just a teeny bit short. I'm gonna go off in probably about 20 minutes or so that I can get on the road. This is the last of my little stream until I come back again. I do come to the parks every 10 to 14 days or so, but the faster I can grow my channel, the quicker maybe I can do more of this for you guys. That's what I'm hoping to do one day. We're growing fairly quickly and I'm very happy with the way it's going. I'd rather grow it and have a good community than not, so I'm happy with the way that this is going. I think we've done really well considering I've only been streaming for, it's been about 4 months or so, I think maybe 5 now. I think we're just hitting 5, so we're doing pretty good, I think. Here we are. I just took a wrong turn there. I was doing my usual walking to Everest because that's what I always do. My legs have their own habits. Here we are, Maharaja Jungle Trek. Welcome in, guys. So hopefully as the channel grows bigger, if I can maybe take 1 extra day off work, then that means it's 1 extra day I can spend at the parks. But I am self-sponsored, so every time I come down here, because I don't live here, I have to buy hotels and things like that. So I have to make sure that I am picking up, good morning, that I'm supplementing that. So as I grow a little bigger, then I can do more things for y'all. Cut through before the gibbons. Sorry, Rita, I'm not sure what you meant by that. And my screen had blacked out in there before I got in the shade. Where did you want me to go, Reed? Oh. Okay. See, I just knew that's where you wanted to go. Great minds think alike, Reed. So we're gonna head down to see where the tigers are. Now, normally in this heat, the tigers are usually just sleeping. But what I'm really wanting to go to is the aviary. So last time we were there, a lot of really cool birds in there, and they'll just walk right up to you. So we sat in there for a few minutes with them. And we might close out in there since I don't have a ton of time, but I'll see what we've got left in here. So we'll head this way. I'm smelling a lot of good food from Yak and Yeti. This quick service is open now. My stomach is growling. Growling. We're gonna skip over the bats, guys. I'm not sure how many people want to see bats and it's daytime, so sometimes they're kind of hard to see. So we're gonna skip over that part. And we're gonna go straight to try to see some of the tigers. not sure if there's any out. They're usually sleeping, like I said, in this heat. And they've got several enclosures. They're usually in the far right one. I don't see any in this one. It's kind of a guessing game to see if you can find them, and they do hide in the backs just like some of the other ones, so sometimes you gotta see if you can spot one. I don't see any in this one. Head down the stairs and go to the next little section. This trail is very quiet. Most people don't know this exists. Again, this is one of those places you need to wander, y'all. You need to find things. A lot of people don't even know that this is here. More people have been finding the Gorilla Trail, but the Maharaja Trail, because it's up and behind Cali River, they kind of stop at Cali River and then it's gone.
Yeah, they do sleep for hours. They sleep most of the day.
Nobody here.
Because did you know tigers only have about a 10% successful?
Not seeing any so far. There's another tiger enclosure off to the right, so they could just be hiding. But this is a very cool area over here anyway, so it's a nice place to walk around. It's very quiet, so if you need somewhere to get away a little bit. Got a little enclosure with some cattle. It's a nice area to just sit. You could actually get some food and just kind of like hang out out here. I'm gonna zoom in here. Those are some of the things that you're gonna see on safari, but you can also see it up close when you walk the trails. Let me grab my other hand here. This is actually really up close for me, but for you guys it seems further away, so I'm gonna zoom in here. There's one there, and another over here. Some more over here. Now all of this area is, of course, in Asia, so these are all Asian native animals, opposed to Gorilla Falls, which are Africa. We're coming up to the other tiger enclosure, and this is where they tend to like to hang out, and I do see a lot of people here, so this is probably where they are. If I was a tiger, I'd hang out in the other one because there's a lot of water and stuff, but maybe this one's closer to where their cave is than the AC, because they tend to like to hang out in this one. Yep, there they are, right there. There's one right there. Oh, it went a little blurry for some reason. Let me zoom back out. I think the fence is messing it up. There we go. Right there, guys. There's a big male right there. Just hanging out right in front. It's like, what's going on, guys? What can I do for you? Usually it's just the females prowling around, so it's kind of nice that he's just hanging out there. Got a big flock of Asian ducks on this side.
Oh, yeah, it just crushed down.
All right, we're gonna carry on into the aviary, guys. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. We are just walking the Maharaja Trail for the last part of our Wild Wednesday here at Animal Kingdom JAMBO, and welcome in. This is Steph from Steph Wanders Disney. I hope. And here we are. Good morning. The last time we were here, we had all kinds of bird friends. These guys here are super protective, but really cool birds. They're everywhere here. These guys are following us around everywhere. These guys. I think it's breakfast time right now. But they were walking around all over the ground, and some of these birds are very large. There's one right here. See, they're right here. This bird is literally like 3 feet from me, guys. And he's just walking up to me. Yeah, I could definitely hang out in here all day. And it's funny, the cast members have names for them and they're just like talking to them all day. But if you sit down on the benches, they'll just come and like hop up beside you and hang out. This is a big one here too. But yeah, they just hang out all day. They're just walking around. There's like a most of these birds, I know the camera makes it look far away, but they're only like, this one's maybe about 5 or 6 feet from me. But there's songbirds everywhere. You can see the shadows. Good morning. Thank you, Truck Cole. Welcome to the Steph Wanders Disney team. Welcome in. Oh, he's closer. I could touch him right now. He's right here. Welcome in. Thanks for becoming a member and sponsoring us here. Thank you. There he goes. He's coming up behind me. He's gonna sneak attack me, guys. I got the binoculars up. There's little birdhouses everywhere. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, here's a new one, guys. Oh, look at this guy. I love this area. I appreciate that, Cole. Welcome to the team. Team Wandering. This guy's so camouflaged, you almost can't even see him right there. There's a little Chinese crested one right here. I'm not sure what he is. I need to pick up one of the guides. One of the times we'll have to come in here and grab one of the guides they have when you walk in, and it'll tell you what all these birds are. Oh. Oh, and you gifted one too. Thank you so much. I can't always tell when it pops up on my screen. Now these big guys here, these ones are the ones that are territorial. I've had them kind of follow me and then they dive bomb the other ones and keep them away from you like they're little guard birds. And they're big guys. It's kind of hard to tell on here, but these are big birds. They're almost like a peacock or something, but without all the feathers. The gibbons, is that what they are? I think, is that what you were talking about, Reed? I had one last time that became like my best friend. I came and sat down on the bench over here, which I'm headed to, and he just came and sat down beside me, and any of the other birds that tried to come near me, he wouldn't let them near me. He just like stood in front of me like a little guard pet. It's the funniest thing. This is like my new little favorite area in here, and most people don't know about it. Yeah, there's a bunch of them over there. They're everywhere in here. That's a gibbons. Okay, see, I don't know what they're called. I'm not up on my birds, but I know that I like them. Yeah, the monkeys. You can hear the monkeys in the background hooting. Those are definitely the monkeys. The monkeys are trying to steal the show. I've kind of got it angled up so you can see them. There's birds just flying everywhere. Thank you so much, everybody. And I think this is probably where we're going to end it, guys. It seems like a good place to end it with all of our little bird friends here. A nice quiet area, although the monkeys are going. All right, guys. we're gonna have to call it for now. So thank you so much for everything. Thank you for our new friend Coleman and gifting the new membership as well. So I'll be back as soon as I can, guys. And I appreciate everything for the last couple of days. And we will see you soon. We'll see you soon. I will have my podcast up. And thank you for everything. And I hope to see you guys soon. Do some wandering for me. And if there's anything that you guys want to see, you can find me on Instagram. You can email me, which is attached to the all of my descriptions. If there's anything that you want to see in particular, or if there's anything that you would like to see, if there's anything that merchandise coming out that you'd like to see, or you can just pop it in the chat. Otherwise, I will be back. I believe it's the 10th or 14th. I'm gonna have to double check that. And we'll have a ton more fun. We'll come and hang out at Animal Kingdom longer. We'll be able to hang out in here some more and see some more birds. And we're gonna have a ton more fun and wander some more. Happy wandering, friends, and nice to meet all of my new friends. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Reed. I will. I'm gonna grab something to eat really quick and head home. Have a good day, everybody. Happy wandering. Oh, someone's aggravated those monkeys, y'all. Those monkeys are on it.